At this point, I'm not looking for love. I'm looking for somebody to fly me out, take me shopping, make them pieces hit, make them pieces work, fly me out of the country. You feel me? That's what I need right now. I don't need...
You guys know that there's a trend encouraging men to all get passports and travel abroad. It's not just for sights or good food. No. It's to find wives. To find women who are more traditional. They're traveling all across the world just to find women who are more humble, more feminine, and willing to treat their men better than women in the US. Traveling to places like Italy, Thailand, Brazil, just to find women who will treat them right. The passport bros ideology is that they're escaping the hatred of feminist women and are traveling somewhere they can thrive. They believe the ideology that by seeking foreign women, they can find a more authentic, fulfilling, and harmonious relationship. This is seen as a way to restore the natural balance between masculine and feminine energy. This is triggering some women because they think that these men are interested in finding these women. They think they will be more submissive. I'm not sure if this trend / movement is gonna end or only get worse. What do you guys think?
Don't fight with passport bros. Build with women. That's how we win.
Recently, I did a video where I was talking about passport bros and how American women view the women that end up going out with, or in fact, marrying the passport bros. And after seeing that, one of my followers sent me this video. And I have to say, I've been walking this earth for a little over 60 years, and I thought I'd seen pretty much everything. But boy, this one, well, let me show you. Now that I'm editing it, I want to throw in a quick note on this that I have chopped her video up. I am not showing you the full 4 minutes that she did. But in no way am I altering what she has to say. If you do want to see her full video, you can find it pretty easily on TikTok. All right, now that I've covered that, let's hear the first part.
I am honestly so proud of the women today.
Did you happen to catch the caption she's got on that video? She's declaring passport bros to be the new slave owners. I just wanted to point that out because it sets the tone for what's to come.
And they think that it's an insult to us that they have to run to third world countries to find women who are poverty stricken.
Third world countries? They're going to places like Thailand, the Philippines, Russia, Japan, and a host of other countries. I mean, if you think Japan's a third world country, well...
Women who ain't never seen $3 all lined up together in their life. Women who got to share one spoonful of rice with a family of 6.
Look, I know the American educational system is a shambles right now, but to actually believe that anyone that doesn't live in the United States lives in a third world country and survives on a single spoonful of rice among 6 people? I mean... But the thing is, I get it. They have to think this way. They've been rejected by American men. They know they're going to be alone for the rest of their lives. And it's a harsh reality to face. So they're looking for ways to place the blame elsewhere so they don't have to deal with that reality. And what better way to do that than to claim that all passport bros are nothing more than slave owners and that the women that choose to be with them are nothing more than third world ignorant fools. Oh, what? You think that's a bit outlandish? Well...
Women who don't have rights, who can't work, who probably only bathe once every 2 months.
I have no words.
Women who, in their countries, are getting raped by their men, beat up by their men. Nowhere around them do they feel safe. They're not protected.
Again, I have no words.
From a child up, they're raised to just accept how men treat them.
Oh, dear God. Has she ever met a woman from another country? I'm just saying.
Because they just don't have any rights. They're basically slaves. These women are in poverty. And these men be so broke in the United States, So ugly in the United States. So corny in the United States.
All right, I'm going to end this here before I say something I really am going to regret and probably get banned for. I'm going to close with this. If you want to understand why men are going overseas, why they want nothing to do with American women, well, this mindset that she's displaying is the very reason why. There's no reason to deal with this mindset, and it's not going to change anytime soon. And that's why men are choosing to walk away from American women and pursue other options.
If men who became passport bros are quote-unquote slave owners in a third world country, then what are females in the West when the feminist government forces a man to pay child support for 18 years if a feminist decides to be a single mom? And sure, these women in poorer countries aren't living a modern lifestyle, but what about women in Japan, Russia, or Switzerland? They have access to everything American women have, yet those women are being chosen for marriage by not only the men of their country, but by foreign men as well. This whole feminist superiority complex claiming that just because other women in developing countries, it means they're less human or less worth than modern women, just shows the world how egotistical and bigoted modern women really are. The world now sees how men in the West have to deal with these prejudiced and ignorant bedwenches. The more these females talk, the less we in the MGTOW have to say anything. Feminists on social media are our biggest advertisement. They themselves will admit all of the red pill truths, how feminists cheat on good men, or divorce to go through another HOE phase, or get pregnant to have a 304 retirement plan, also known as child support for 18 years. Which means us Western men aren't looked at as incompetent because foreign men know that modern women as easy practice to perfect their stroke game. Back to her claim about marrying a foreign woman in a developing country is akin to slavery. This isn't an arranged marriage like these developing countries do have. These women have free will to date anyone they want. It's just that they actually chose a commitment over bed hopping, because they know how tough it is to work a job compared to being a stay-at-home mom. Women in foreign countries see work as a means to find a suitable man for a relationship, not a career. They see life long-term, not live in the moment like your average thought, whose life's motto is YOLO, you only live once, which gives them the excuse to behave badly. Like the foreign women in a traditional country can't date several men back to back because they'll be seen as a 304 and ostracized by their community and even family. In some countries, if the hymen doesn't break, the marriage is null and void. The serial dating modern women do is looked at as sleeping around or even more so being a leftover woman because none of the men they dated chose them. Let's see the comments. Passport bro here. Wife has a master's in robotics and made 6 figs. Has mutual respect and 0 sense of entitlement. I made the best choice for me. The fact that she went to college is suspect. College or higher education in other countries isn't HOE university, yet it's conducive for them to live a modern woman lifestyle. That being said, university in non-Western countries don't allow anyone to go to college. If a woman went to college, it's because she's actually brilliant, as you saw what the guy said about his wife, who studied robotics. Another commenter said, I knew a woman in PI years ago. I looked back today and regret not marrying her. And how many men you know from the West regret not getting married? Dude probably truly realized this when he had to find a woman in the West with similar qualities, because he never did. Otherwise, he wouldn't have regretted not marrying her. Another comment. My wife is from Cambodia. I would choose her again in any lifetime. Marriage isn't supposed to be quote-unquote hard or difficult, like most Western men are conditioned to believe. It's supposed to be better than being single at the very least. It's supposed to be an amazing experience for the man and the woman no matter what country, race, or socioeconomic class they're in. The woman doesn't have to work an 8-hour job a day while the man comes home to a clean house, cooked meals, and to a wife that loves him, which helps him relax after a hard days of work. Another comment says, some of us people I met, they told me the USA is a third world country. Exactly. This female is talking shit on other countries when some of the US cities have the Black Plague. Has this feminist seen Detroit? It looks 100 times worse than the city Nagasaki, which was leveled by an actual nuclear bomb. This is what used to be the most productive part of Detroit, by the way. It looks like it was nuked.
I cheated in another country, so at that time, I was like, oh, nobody's gonna know about this. I don't say anything, it's, you know, it's all about me right now. So at that time, I enjoyed it. But yeah, as soon as I got back, I just felt so guilty.
Yeah, I enjoyed it in the process. My boyfriend at the time was 2,000 miles away, and here's my best friend's cousin, who is right here, and open and willing. And I was like, fuck it.
I want to open up saying that because you are far away doesn't mean that your person doesn't exist. That is not the way things go. Like, sis, you want to travel, you want to live your best life, break up with your boyfriend before you go if he means nothing to you.
You have some pretty strong feelings about this. Do you have anything you want to tell us?
Sorry, did I sound triggered?
Yeah, you sounded very heated. I didn't even get a word in.
The other person is waiting for you. Like, that person is missing you. There is no way that you could be so, like, heartless and just say, oh no, I need to do this and I can do this and I will enjoy it. Ops to those people that actually beat the distance and respect each other.
Yeah, ops.
These females aren't even single, yet they're giving up their snatch like a free trial. Modern women, when they travel, are the HOE Express. And the female commenter is wrong. The other person on the other side of the world is waiting to get a free lay, not to be a soulmate to a modern woman. And as you saw, these females didn't break up with their boyfriends. Why? Because they still wanted to get the free relationship benefits. That's how these Decepticons work. They want to have their cake and eat it too. And this is a lesson to you gents. If your significant other is traveling somewhere without you, end the relationship. Because if she really loved you, she'd want you to travel with her. But she chose to act single, which means she chose to be a passport sis. You don't need the extra stress of worrying about her if she did or did not cheat. When she leaves, change the locks on the doors and throw all her stuff out in the garbage bags on the curb. This is why women who travel for work cheat the most, because they're in another city, so it's easiest not to get caught, because no one knows them there. They stay in hotels, which is self-explanatory, which makes it easier for anyone to sleep with them discreetly as well. There's no such thing as a traveling wife. It's an oxymoron. Wives stay at home or travel with you, not quote-unquote find themselves aboard, which means finding themselves in foreign men's pants. So you see the difference between the passport bros and passport sisters? Is that these modern women are already in a relationship, yet they'll cheat in a heartbeat. And they travel not to find love, but to screw this newest type of dick out there, foreign dick. While the passport bros move to another country to find love and start a family. To be in an actual relationship where the wife or girlfriend isn't trying to cheat at every corner. Top comment asks, how could they possibly say, I enjoyed in the process? What? A female who lives in a gynocentric dictatorship doesn't have to face public shaming for openly being a bedwench. She's praised for it by other 304s. 50 years ago, her family would have disowned her and called her an WHORE. And she's still young, so she won't feel the true effects of not being able to get a commitment until she fully hits the wall. Another comment says, distance is the truest test of loyalty. Yeah, that and time. But I say, why put your relationship in jeopardy to quote-unquote test her loyalty? If she was really loyal, there will be no distance between you and her. No matter of the circumstance, she'd want her man by her side at all the times. And the same thing with you. If you're with an attractive quality woman, would you want her to be far away from you? No, that's anti-relationship. It's like, would you want $1,000 cash as far away from you as possible or as close to you as possible? Which scenario will most likely have that cash be taken? Same thing to a relationship. Someone who's been cheated on comments, first woman like my ex. She worked abroad after a couple of months, daily routine, sudden cold. After we broke up, someone confessed she's on another guy. I think English isn't his first language, but I'm guessing what he's saying is that suddenly out of the blue, his ex became cold towards him because she monkey branched to another guy she met while working abroad. He proved my point why you should never commit to a woman who travels for work. It's a black flag. You're paying full price for what men are getting for free currently.
The 3 stages you're gonna go through being a passport bro. First stage is that initial leap of faith. You finally buy your ticket, nervously fire up the dating apps, getting more matches than you know what to do with. They become your guides, taking you on adventures, teaching you things you can't learn on Duolingo, like what poha means and why the hell they yell it at soccer games. You're gonna rack up so many new, interesting experiences during this time. The second stage, assembling your crew. You continue to work from your laptop, the month ends, and goddamn, you have spent 50% less than your boring life in your home country. Food, housing, dating are sometimes 1/3 the price here. You start to turn it up. This is when you make your international friend group and start doing group activities, mansion parties, weekend trips, helicopter tours. If you thought it was cheap before, wait until you pull your resources together. Finally is the stability phase. This is when you stay in your favorite countries a little bit longer and you hire services to do all the mundane activities you don't like doing. For me, it was laundry, house cleaning, cooking. Eat out or order in every single meal. With prices this cheap, why not? And you just freed up an extra 2 hours a day for personal growth. Trainers, diet plans, coaching are all accessible to you now. People talk shit on the passport bros like we're lazy, we need to level up before we leave, but being financially stable puts you in a situation that makes leveling up as easy as possible. Just don't get lost in the sauce. I've seen many fallen soldiers along the way. Listen to me, if you decide to post about your journey, please prepare for the hate. My page never stops getting attacked and never will. If you share your life, you will get it too, but learn to love it, and I'll see you guys out here.
Who wouldn't want to live like a baller on the same income they make in the West? This is why moving to the actual country of your choice is the best option. Instead of saving up your money in the States for a vacation every year, your life can be a whole vacation. You leveling up in a traditional country is a supercharge. Making $1 extra overseas buys you another meal, while in America it can't get you an extra stick of gum. Think of that lifestyle you just saw, and what it would cost to live that in the West. You'd have to be at least a 6-figure earner. A truck driver making $60,000 in America can live a top 10% lifestyle in Brazil. Dude asks, how do I explain to my wife and kids that these are my plans for the summer? Too late for him. He took the suicide pill getting married and having kids with a woman in the West. That being said, if she did divorce him and really try to divorce rob him with alimony and child support, like give him the least amount of parenting time to collect the most child support money, he can escape to another country and the bedwench will get nothing. He'll have fun in another country while his ex has to be a single mom without alimony or child support. So this passport bro option is great leverage for anyone stuck in a 304 retirement plan, like marriage or having kids, to get a better deal, because she'll know you can leave and do better in life and she'll be stuck being a single mom. Someone asks a good question. Advice on jobs that enable this kind of remote traveling? And the passport bro in the video responds, I meet a lot of people in tech, sales, and digital marketing. This is something you have to figure out, how to make money online. You'll have to learn new skills and think outside the box, because you need to have some type of Western revenue coming in, as in a developing country, it'll be hard to find a job that can pay well enough to live like a baller. One simple job is to be some type of customer support. Companies will pay you $15 an hour, maybe more if you're remote in another country, because it'll save them a ton of overhead cost, and because you're a fellow Westerner, customers will be more satisfied talking to someone who can culturally relate to them.
Hola, bienvenido a un spa.
Gracias. ¿Cómo estás?
Hola.
Hola, chicas. Mucho chicas aquí. Muy bien. ¿Qué nombre es esta tienda? Spa. And cuando yo quiero una chica, todos chicas es listo.
Por supuesto.
¿Sí? Ok. ¿Qué es tu nombre?
Mi nombre es Eddie.
Ellie. Mucho gusto, Ellie.
Mucho gusto.
Mucho gusto. ¿Y tú?
Mi nombre es Patricia.
Patricia.
Mi nombre es Andrea.
¿Y tú?
Hola, mi nombre es Joali. Hola, mi nombre es Daniela. Hola, mi nombre es Jacqueline. Hola, mi nombre es Jolie. Hola, mi nombre es Estefanía. Hola, mi nombre es Alejandra.
Hola.
Hola, mi nombre es Andrea.
Andrea. Toda la gente conozco a Andrea.
Wow, some of these women are stunning. But as you see, there's no purple hair, tattoos, nose rings, bad attitude, because then they'd be mistaken for prostitutes. I mean Americans, or both actually. Someone comments, bro, they work at a spa. They're literally paid to be hospitable. It's like Hooters or Twin Peaks. No shit, Sherlock. You go to any decent business in America and the women there would also have to be somewhat cordial, or they'd go out of business. Then again, you'd be surprised how many entitled females working a customer service job in the West there is. The only difference is, most of these Colombian women's goals are to get married or at least be in a long-term relationship. So if they like you, they're not going to play games. They'll put in their bid from day one and show you the benefits of being with them. Because despite how easy their job is at the spa, it's still a job and it will never be as secure to them as being in a significant relationship. And they're against time. The longer they wait, even in their 20s, the less change they'll have to be picked by a man. In Japan, which is more advanced than America, women over 25 are looked at as leftover women. Another commenter said, "I've been to Cartagena twice in the past 2 years, you have to go. I guess that's a good part of Colombia. My only advice is to try to blend in and don't be a jackass there, because the cartels and gangs will target you, especially if you're broadcasting to the world you're there to screw their women. It is the country where passport bros have gone missing or end up dead, so be like the guy in the video and at least know conversation level Spanish." The main point of that video is that the equivalent of those females in America, especially the hottest ones, would be either on OnlyFans, be gold diggers, or be passed around by pro athletes and celebrities. No way they'd work an honest, humble job.
Today we're going to do a video on my top 5 reasons to date a Filipino. My first is going to be natural beauty. It's very unique because Filipinos have natural beauty. Filipino women are very attractive. And I know everyone watching you know exactly what I'm talking about. A lot of Filipinos have very nice skin. They're typically proportioned very well when I say, like, you know, their size. Everything, it looks very nice. They're naturally beautiful. Let's move on to number 2. They're smart and loving. Filipinos, women, again relating back to me and Jessa, so smart and so loving. Just being fluent in English, Tagalog, and mostly fluent in Japanese, that's crazy to me. So simple things in life make you happy. And I think that's a great one. Jessa has never asked for anything. She's actually given. And so for me personally, that's crazy. So let me just tell you some experiences I've had in the United States. In the United States, when you go on a date, the girl expects you to do everything. That's pretty normal. Maybe I'm not normal. But I thought it was really neat when, you know, Jessa would buy me some cologne, and, you know, for no reason, just as a gift. She's a giving person. So now number 4, this is going to be a little bit different. This is a feeling. So this is Filipino women are empathetic. They care. They're aware of feelings. They're aware, you know, if you're feeling sad or mad. And that's big because there's a lot of people who are like, you know, if you're sad or mad, they're like, okay, cool. Don't be sad or mad at me. But strong family and religious connections. So Filipinos are very, 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 very family oriented and very, very religious. Okay, these are both amazing things.
You know what to do. Hop on that damn plane.
Natural beauty isn't just a Filipino quality. Many women from traditional countries aren't going to have a bad diet, lifestyle, or have a lot of stress from a career, which does add dog years to a modern woman in the West. Their goal, which is trying to lock down a man, which is to try to look their best as naturally possible, not using makeup, which is what streetwalkers do. Just remember, makeup is there to hide things, just like perfume in the past was used by the poor to hide the smell of not bathing regularly. Makeup in the West is the feminist war paint. Another point I'd like to point out is that these traditional foreign women's goal is to be in the best relationship possible. Who would have thought the best way to have a relationship is to make sure the other person is happy? It's almost like they actually know how to be in a relationship. While these feminists and modern women are constantly trying to compete with you, and they're addicted to drama, so they live for arguments and chaos. A Filipina comments, "Yes, simple things in life make us happy. Family-oriented, religious." Meanwhile, modern women can be married to the perfect man and they'll still not be happy about something. Along with the fact that it's mostly a lot of money that makes these thoughts happy for a short period of time. Another says, "All nationality have like this. but I'm grateful for choosing Filipino to appreciate their beauty. Not all of them, but just look how pleasant and friendly the commenter is. She's clearly not picked by the man in the video, yet she conveys happiness. While feminists would be throwing shade or salty that they weren't picked by probably insulting the man in the video, we're just trying to spoil his happiness with negativity. Thank you so much for the compliments as a Filipina. And the rest of the comments are full of Filipino women thanking the guy for saying good things about them. They're presenting themselves respectfully, which collectively shows the world why they're qualified for marriage.
What's it like being a Western woman in Thailand? Well, for me it was that I started noticing actually the differences between the Asian women and the Western women. And I started to compare both of them. And why would that be that the Western men are going to Thailand to... Well, what I decided is that it's the women in Western world, they are so pushing for their rights and the manly woman that they forget to be women anymore. And it's like some of the Western men, when arriving to Asia, they find that there is still the calmness in women, something more feminine than back home.
So do you think women back home take a lesson from Thai women, or do you think they should be? Can we resolve this? Is it need to be resolved? That's kind of my question.
I do think that it's possible to resolve this, but it's not on a law or reason level, but it's more on the spiritual heart level, something more like that. Of course, it's very nice that you are a businesswoman and the business shark, but maybe you should think about also the feminine part of yourself in how you act, how do you think about family values or something more like that.
Well, there you have it.
This is a major L for modern women. One of their own exposes them for being less quality than traditional women. Granted, this female is much more feminine than the average modern woman because I think she's from Eastern Europe or Russia, where the feminist cancer hasn't plagued those societies. And as she stated, women are supposed to be the peace and quiet, but these thoughts are proud of being loud-mouthed baddies. They think it's empowering to be annoying and not cooperative. Weird how there's no smoke for her when she speaks out against feminists, but they'll insult these foreign women from poorer countries. That's because these feminists don't want to bring any more attention to her. Otherwise, it would be an indictment on them. And that, ladies, is a real woman. And a white knight responds to the comment, yes, be a slave to men. And someone responds to him, Asian women are by no means slaves to men. Your comment tells me you are just speaking out your arse, but they do know how to love their man, that's for sure. A slave would indicate that she does this for nothing in return and lives in this shed. What she gets in return is to stay at home and not worry about paying the bills or to have enough money. And as he pointed out, making sure the breadwinner is happy and taken care of, which is a smart move. Because then the breadwinner, the man, will have more enthusiasm to go to work and continue providing. It's claiming you're a slave to your car because you have to wash it, fill it with quality gas, and maintain it with services. Like, would you rather maintain your car or eventually replace the engine or buy a new one? It's a lot cheaper to maintain your car with frequent oil changes than eventually blow out an engine. Perfectly right. Western women are more like man, now not interested at all. Just like weak beta males who are over-emotional or unattractive to women, masculine women are unattractive to most men. But these females in the West have been brainwashed and conditioned to be masculine in order to survive in a career, not a marriage.
Nope. I'd rather have this.
So messed up, dude. It was fine. Once you got really nowhere with it.
I'm a failure.
No, you're not. Shh, you hear that?
The sirens? Mm-hmm.
There's a lot. They could be coming here, Mom. You see the burn marks on the tinfoil? It's probably smoking up the neighborhood.
I tried.
That's all that matters, right?
Try it.
Yeah. Oh.
Tastes good. Tastes amazing. Look.
It's crunchy.
Come on! I like crunchy things. Come on, guys!
You're a sweetheart.
I still won't know how to cook.
It's a running joke that most females in the West can't cook nor that they want to. It's cute and funny on social media, but in real life it makes them dead weight. Someone literally married this broad who looks like a streetwalker with all her tats. She looks like a hooker you'd see at the worst part of the city standing on the side of the street for the next car to pull up for a quick BJ. The joke's on the man as well for marrying this low-value woman. This is a major reason why men are becoming passport bros, because they can't afford to eat out every night nor want to eat meals that are made in the microwave. I like crunchy things. So sweet. A lot of boys today get red-pilled by their own mom when they realize that she isn't worth a damn. Aw, your boys are so sweet to you. You've raised them right, mama. She raised them wrong, which is to white lie to a woman. This is conditioning them to accept these bad qualities in women, so I wouldn't be surprised if they get into relationships with females that are as useless as their mom. It's crazy that these modern women in the comments are openly praising the boys for lying to their mom to make her feel better when we all know, even herself knows, that she can't cook. This is the feminist participation trophy syndrome, to accept and reward mediocrity so no one's feelings are hurt. When, if they were honest, which doesn't have to be in a rude or demeaning way, she might get the motivation to actually do better, to make them happy and proud. Like if their father were to demand better cooked meals from the start, she'd be a much better mother and their kids would never have to eat these meals that are worse than microwaved food. When Jaden looks at you and instantly wants to make his mom feel better, my heart, he loves you so much. This is training the young men to be simps, which will cause them a lot of pain because modern women will use them. Cute or sweet isn't something a male should be described as unless if he's a boy. Those terms should describe a female. It's all fun and games until these young men have to deal with thoughts on their own who won't give them special treatment like their mother, who will see them as marks to con.
Today I walked away from my marriage and I left my husband. Not everything you see on social media is the truth, and it's been a really long, hard battle of trying to make things work, and I can only take so much emotional and verbal and psychological neglect that I have to start thinking about my future child and protecting her as well. And as much as it hurts, it was for the best. And obviously I'm really, really upset that things turned out this way. But it had to be done because I was gonna miscarry if it didn't, from the stress of having to deal with a toxic relationship. I asked for prayers and I asked for peace and kindness. Please don't contact my husband. Don't ask any questions that I'm not ready to answer. I just need peace and love right now as I go back to my single mom by choice, not by choice journey. It's a nightmare. I'm living in a nightmare. So please, I just wanted to give an update, and that's what's been going on, and just please be kind and supportive, and please pray, because I'm obviously hurting so bad right now. This was not an easy decision, and it's not something I wanted to do, but it needed to happen. So please just pray for me and for baby Hannah.
This female chose to live a nightmare. You can't make this shit up. And I hate to break the news to her, but there is no better outcome for being a single mom. No man is going to love her daughter more than the man she's walking away from, because she didn't want to deal with the fact that her now ex has standards. Either she, like most modern women, tried to tame a Chad or Tyrone, or she didn't want to have the accountability of a relationship, which is to stop acting like you're single and actually be, dare I say, be a wife. She has social media, so of course she's led to believe that these standards of a relationship, aka accountability, is quote-unquote controlling. Her kid will have a higher chance of failure because she chose this single life. These females sacrifice future generations for an HOE phase. This is why society is already screwed up in the West and is falling apart. If she has a daughter, her chances of becoming an OnlyFans performer is now 90%. Top comment claims, your future self is looking at you and she is proud of you. Do it for her. No, you bad wench. Her future self is a cat lady who has to drug herself with alcohol and antidepressants because she can't get a commitment from a quality man she respects. And it's only going to get worse as she gets older and hits the wall. This is her life from now on. Another comment. I told my husband I was leaving him when I was 5 months pregnant. When I moved out, our son was months old and I only had $17 to my name. That was 11 years ago. The best decision I ever made. Being a single mom isn't the best decision. It's a failure. Even if she can deal with being a single mom, eventually she's going to get lonely. And these females are cheering each other on and validating this bad choice. No wonder why marriage rates in the West are at an all-time low. If you need any more evidence to become a passport bro, just look at all these females on social media co-signing the worst decision of their life. Another comment. In 12 months' time, when your baby is in your arms, you'll look back at this and you'll tell her, we did it, baby. We made it. I'm a stranger, but I'm proud of you. Made what, bedwench? Made the single motherhood? Made the destitute statistics for girls with daddy issues? Her daughter will always be at a disadvantage because she'll only have one parent to depend on.
How old are you?
60.
What does it feel like to be 60?
Surreal, because I still feel like I'm about 23. But physically, I feel like I'm 60. Things hurt, like carrying bags. And then the world looks at you differently, and they respond differently.
Can you elaborate on that?
Well, I think as a woman, you feel a little invisible as you get older. When you're younger, you get a lot of attention. A lot of people, look at you and talk to you, and it's a friendlier world. It's less friendly when you get older, I think.
What is something that we tend to prioritize a lot when we're younger, but as we get older, we realize isn't actually that important?
What people think of you. I really don't care anymore. And I used to care, not a lot, but you did want to fit in, and now I kind of realize none of that matters. And I used to have a hierarchy in my mind. There were like the cool people and the popular people, and then there was the nerdy people like me. And now I realize there's no hierarchy.
So what matters then?
At the end of the day, it's community. The ability to connect to people and do something that's meaningful to you that maybe is productive for the world, but maybe not.
Here's the future for this single mom who, as she admitted, chose to be single. The triple post wall admitted that she lived life on easy mode when she was young because she got a lot of attention. And I'm sure she, instead of cashing in and locking down the highest value man, she gambled it away by being a bedwench and thinking she can do better than the next guy because of all these hookup offers. And there's the entitlement thinking that the world owes her a friendly experience. No one wonder why she's single. This is the future for all modern women. When their looks finally hit a wall, there's no one that's going to be there for them because most men are going MGTOW. And the men that do want a relationship are finding it in another country with a traditional woman when they become a passport bro. As always, I wish you tremendous success. Now it's your turn. What do you think? Let me know your thoughts in the comment section below. Remember that if you leave the best comment, you'll get $5. Thank you so much for watching. If you found value in this video, hit the like and subscribe buttons, ring the notification bell so you don't miss out on future uploads, drop a comment, and share it. See you in the next video. Till next time.